Billions of pieces of data sucked into the shadows. Democracy put to the test. A web giant on the brink of collapse. Facebook, the name that shook. The Cambridge Analytica scandal. An indelible digital scar. But wait, the story doesn't end with the fall. It tells of an unexpected resurrection. A bold transformation. How did a company in the midst of a global crisis not only survive, but metamorphose? Stay until the end to find out how. Facebook navigated the murky waters of this scandal to rise from the ashes and become Meta, a company with a market capitalization of over $1.51 billion in 2005. We take a look at their economic survival plan, their repositioning strategies, and the bold bets that have shaped their future. You'll never see Facebook or Meta in the same way again. The 2018 Cambridge Analytica scandal left deep scars. More than 87 million of users' data was misused. Political targeting occurred without consent. This privacy breach shook Facebook's core. Its data-driven business model faced scrutiny. In 2025, Facebook, now Meta, shows a changed economy. The past crisis still casts a shadow. Pre-2018, advertising reigned supreme. Ads generated almost all revenue. To precise targeting was key. Personal data was the fuel. Growth was rapid and unchecked. Revenues soared annually, from $17.90 billion in 2015 to $55.80 billion in 2018. Share prices climbed steadily. Investors loved the cash machine. Marketing was aggressive. User acquisition was the priority. Data collection had few limits. Post-shock 2018-2025, diversification became necessary. Advertising remains crucial. New revenue streams emerged. E-commerce gained traction. The metaverse became a focus. Subscriptions were explored. Ad growth slowed. Regulations posed challenges. Targeting became more difficult. Competition intensified. Massive investments were made. Security and privacy were prioritized. The metaverse demanded billions. Margins were affected. Stock performance became volatile. Ups and downs marked the journey. Confidence remained somewhat fragile. Marketing shifted focus. More transparency was promised. Community became a key message. Efforts to rebuild trust were made. Figures illustrate the change. 2024 revenues reached $164.5 billion. Growth continued, but at a slower pace. Non-advertising revenues grew. However, they remained a small part of the total. Metaverse investments were huge, estimated at over $100 billion. Profitability was yet to be achieved. Sensitivity to scandal and regulation persisted. Reality Labs has accumulated close to $50 billion. Facebook in 2025 presents a more complex economy. The 2018 crisis shaped it significantly. Diversification is essential. User trust is a constant pursuit. The threat of regulation lingers. The path to a truly reconfigured economy is still long. The 2018 Cambridge Analytica scandal triggered global regulatory alarm. Privacy violations led to tighter laws. Facebook Meta faced significant costs. Paradoxically, new opportunities arose. Staggering costs followed the scandal. Historic fines were imposed. The 2019 FTC, Federal Trade Commission fine was $5 billion. The UK ICO fined £500,000. Settlements reached $725 million in the US 2023. Australia's fine was $31.85 million to 2005. These sums reduced profits directly. Compliance with GDPR and other laws proved expensive. Legal and technical teams expanded. Data management systems were rebuilt. Billions were invested annually. Operating margins were strained. Endless legal battles continued. Litigation and class actions persisted. Astronomical legal fees accumulated. Years of uncertainty followed. The risk of new penalties remained. Advertising restrictions penalized revenue. New rules limited data use for ad targeting. Facebook's main revenue source was impacted. Advertising sales growth slowed. Emerging opportunities also appeared. Virtue became a marketing tool. Facebook emphasized privacy protection. A fresh start aimed to regain trust. Its effectiveness is still uncertain. Compliance complexity disadvantaged smaller players. Costs hindered innovation and competition. This potentially strengthened giants like Facebook. Privacy tech emerged as a market. Data protection solutions became crucial. Encryption, anonymization, and consent tools grew. New companies arose in this space. Giants sometimes acquired these firms. Facebook sought influence through lobbying. Heavy investment aimed to shape future regulations. This was a cost but also a long-term strategy. Key figures highlight this reality. Billions were paid in fines. Billions were invested in compliance. The privacy tech market grew exponentially. Regulation is a double-edged sword for Facebook. It brought massive costs. It also created a space for a new business strategy. The Cambridge Analytica scandal acted as a catalyst. Users demand more data control. Privacy is now a fundamental expectation. This transforms the economic landscape. A multi-billion-dollar market is booming. Explosive demand is supported by billions. Wary users are migrating. They choose privacy-friendly alternatives. Signal and DuckDuckGo user bases grow rapidly. Concerned businesses face costly compliance. The privacy management software market was for $40 billion in 2023. It's expected to grow 35% yearly until 2032. Data protection is now an economic must. Stringent regulations drive demand. RGPD and similar laws boost privacy-enhancing technologies. Pets. This market should reach $3.17 billion in 2024. It could explode to $28.40 billion by 2034. Annual growth is near 25%. New players attract massive investments. Innovative startups capture investor attention. The privacy tech sector attracts billions. Growth potential is huge. Valuations are often high. Giants are adapting. They invest heavily in R&D. Meta allocated $5.5 billion to privacy since 2019. Security features are key marketing points. Specialized startup acquisitions are frequent. Onovo 2013. Confirm.io 2018. CTRL Labs 2019. Jiffy 2020. Attempt blocked by UK regulator. Open source gains ground. Transparent. Community-controlled options attract users. They challenge centralized models. Economic stakes and models are evolving. Valuations of privacy companies soar. They show impressive growth rates. Venture capitalists are attracted. Strategic acquisitions occur. Tech giants integrate cutting-edge tech quickly. They also aim to stifle competition. Alternative business models emerge. Subscription-based services focus on privacy and security. They challenge the traditional ad model. Targeted advertising dominance could be threatened. The figures are clear. The privacy market is no longer niche. It's a dynamic economic sector. It has exponential growth potential. Facebook, once at the scandal center, faces a new landscape. Trust and data protection are major economic assets. The digital age's battle for supremacy now includes privacy. Metaverse, Facebook's new focus. Now Meta huge investment in an immersive digital future. Economic potential is vast. The 2024 global market was $124 to $127 billion. It could reach over $300 billion by 2025. Long-term forecasts are even larger. Some predict $1 to $6 trillion by 2030 to 2035. Data is central to this new economic frontier. 1. The Metaverse. Unprecedented economic opportunity. And data collection. Immersion allows time monetization. Virtual commerce and digital goods will thrive. Immersive advertising will expand. The digital goods market is already worth billions. Its growth potential is immense. Advertising will be reinvented. Hyper-personalized ads are coming. They'll be based on eye movements and facial expressions. Targeting potential is unprecedented. Economic sectors will transform. The industrial metaverse training collaboration could reach $33 billion by 2025. Immersive e-commerce offers new shopping. 2. Data at the heart of the metaverse. A new scandal in prospect. A new data type will emerge. The metaverse could collect sensitive biometric data. 1. Eye movements and brain signals are examples. How will this data be protected and used? Ultra-precise ad targeting is possible. Metaverse data could make current targeting basic. This raises major ethical questions. A potential legal vacuum exists. Are current data rules fit for the metaverse's complexity? Lack of clarity could lead to abuse. Heads up. Meta's metaverse investments show economic potential. Initial losses are considerable. The digital asset NFT market exploded. billions of dollars in transactions occurred. The projected global metaverse market growth is high, often exceed 30%. This highlights the economic opportunity scale. However, this new metaverse data economy carries risks. They echo past scandals. User confidence is already low. It will be crucial. Meta must show transparency. Solid guarantees are needed. Repeating Cambridge Analytica's costly mistakes must be avoided. The metaverse's economic drive must not sacrifice privacy. Conclusion: navigating the post-scandal era, economic lessons and perspectives for the future. The Cambridge Analytica scandal was a turning point. It showed risks in massive data extraction. Regulations and user awareness increased. Startups and investors learned key lessons. Transparency and ethics in data are now vital. They build lasting trust. Investing in privacy solutions is a growing opportunity. It addresses market concerns. Facebook Meta underwent a complex economic shift. Advertising remains key. Diversification into e-commerce is happening. The metaverse is a bold gamble for new revenue. This transition occurs under stricter rules. It creates costs, but also differentiation potential. The privacy market boomed. Billions of dollars are at stake. Startups and giants compete. User trust is the most valuable asset. Meta's metaverse future is uncertain. Growth potential is huge. Data collection and use are crucial. Past mistakes must be avoided. They could harm adoption and success. The post-scandal era offers a lesson. Digital economic growth needs privacy. Data negligence has clear costs. The opportunity lies in a responsible digital ecosystem. User trust should be central to future business models. Startups and investors embracing these principles will thrive. Thank you for watching.